We live in difficult times with suicide bombers around the world, and time and again one gets the feeling that the people who perpetrate these atrocious acts are absolutely convinced that they're right. And this is not so much a political decision to do something for, well, maybe it's partly a political decision to do something for a political cause that they believe in, I'm sure it is, but also the total conviction that you're right, to the point where you're actually prepared to kill and die for it, is something which even brave soldiers who win the Victoria Cross would hesitate to do. It seems to me that it's faith that gives people the ultimate courage. They're often called cowards. Of course they're not cowards. Courage is the right word to do these things. And that alarms me very much, because I'm accustomed to verbal argument. I'm accustomed to saying, right, we disagree about something, let's sit down and talk about it. But if the other person is so absolutely convinced he's right that he won't, not only will he not talk about it, he'll actually blow himself up, and me, because he's so convinced. I mean, don't you see that your faith is obviously not in that category, but faith as something that is taught to children, something that they are taught to believe because they believe. Isn't that a dangerous thing to teach children?
I think faith is a very dangerous thing. Whether one has faith there is a God, whether one has faith there is not a God. And I would want to say, I think in agreement with you and at the same point diverging from you, that faith can really inspire people to do some dreadful things. But I need to make the point very clearly that faith in God has inspired people to do bad things, as has faith in the belief that getting rid of belief in God would be a good thing for humanity. And I think there's perhaps something more true about human nature here than specifically about religion. I think that one of the things I see in human nature is that a worldview, an ideology, can inspire great acts of generosity, or indeed great acts of charity, and also great acts of violence. I see that in religion. I see the great acts of charity, I'm grateful for those. I see acts of violence which I deplore. But in fairness, having studied atheism during the 20th century, I've seen both things there as well. I think the real question we're confronted with as human beings is simply, if worldviews do inspire people, can we please make them do good things instead of using violence? And maybe I'm just dreaming there, but it seems to me there's something about human nature which makes us go and do bad things in the name of something that might possibly be very good.